Greetings, everybody. It's RPG Grandma. So, 2014, D&D 5e. At this point, D&D 2024 is out. Edition 6, Edition 5.5. The one D&D, I don't know. But the next edition is out. I do not have those books. If I continue to get modern D&D, it's going to be stuff that I don't have for this stuff. So, or that's compatible with this stuff. Though it's supposed to be compatible 2024, but I hear mixed messages on that. So, and they're good arguments. Dungeon Master's Guide, alignment. I didn't find anything in here. If there's something in here, somebody let me know. But I looked in the index, kind of flipped through it. I don't remember anything being in here. So that's not very helpful. So that leaves me with the Player's Handbook. I do not have all the other books that they put out. So we're going to look at the Player's Handbook. Alignment. A typical creature in the worlds of Dungeons and Dragons has an alignment, which broadly describes its moral and personal attitudes. Alignment is a combination of two factors. One identifies morality, good, evil, or neutral, and the other describes attitudes towards society, order, lawful, chaotic, or neutral. Thus, 9 distinct alignments define the possible combinations. These brief summaries of the 9 alignments describe the typical behavior of a creature with that alignment. Individuals might vary significantly from that typical behavior, and few people are perfectly and consistently faithful to the precepts of their alignment. Lawful good. Creatures can be counted on to do the right thing as expected by society. Golden dragons, paladins, and most dwarves are lawful good. Neutral good. Folk do the best they can to help others according to their needs. Many celestials, some cloud giants, and most gnomes are neutral good. Chaotic good. Creatures act as their conscience directs with little regard to what others expect. Copper dragons, many elves, and unicorns are chaotic good. Lawful neutral. Individuals act in accordance with law, tradition, or personal codes. Many monks and some wizards are lawful neutral. Neutral is the alignment of those who prefer to steer clear of moral questions and don't take sides, doing what seems to be the best at the time. Lizard folk, most druids, and many humans are neutral. Chaotic neutral. Creatures follow their whims, holding their personal freedom above all else. Many barbarians and rogues, and some bards, are chaotic neutral. Lawful evil. Creatures methodically take what they want within the limits of the code of tradition, loyalty, or order. Devils, blue dragons, and hobgoblins are lawful evil. Neutral evil is the alignment of those who do whatever they can get away with without compassion or qualms. Many drow, some cloud giants, and Yogoloths are neutral evil. Chaotic evil. Creatures act with arbitrary violence, spurred by their greed, hatred, or bloodlust. Demons, red dragons, orcs are chaotic evil. Alignment in the multiverse. For many thinking creatures, alignment is a moral choice. Humans, dwarfs, elves, and other humanoid races can choose whether to follow the paths of good or evil, law, or chaos. According to myth, the good aligned gods who created these races gave them free will to choose their moral paths, knowing that good without free will is slavery. Evil deities who created other races, though, made those races to serve them. Those races have strong inborn tendencies that match the nature of their gods. Most orcs share the violent, savage nature of the orc god Grumush, and are thus inclined toward evil. Even if the orc chooses a good alignment, it struggles against its innate tendencies for its entire life. Even half-orcs feel the lingering pull of their orc god's influence. Alignment is an essential part of the nature of celestials and fiends. A devil does not choose to be lawful evil, and it doesn't tend toward lawful evil, but rather it is lawful evil in its essence. If it somehow ceased to be lawful evil, it would cease to be a devil. Now, that little bit there actually corresponds with things Gary wrote. Most creatures that lack the capacity for rational thought do not have alignments. They are unaligned. Such a creature is incapable of making a moral or ethical choice and acts according to its bestial nature. Sharks are savage predators, for example, but they are not evil. They have no alignment. That's what we get. So, alignment, by the time we get to modern D&D, where we are now, and I'm going to go with it's probably not that much different in the new rules. We don't have any rules that say, hey, if they're acting outside of alignment, that's a big deal. Unlike what you saw in 1E. It was still a big deal in 2E. I played 2E, I played 1E. Skipped a bunch of stuff. Really did. I played something in between there. I could not tell you which edition. We only played one game. We never owned the books. And then people gave me 4E when 5E came out. I inherited 4E, and I've been looking at it. But my point being is that alignment became a thing that people felt constrained by. And in modern society, good, evil, they're social constructs. Chaos, law. What do you mean? Again, social constructs, everything's subjective. But everything isn't subjective in literature. Everything isn't the subjective, anything goes mentality, and that there is no right or wrong, and that there is no forces. So when you go look at the original books that they suggest you read, even as far back in Chainmail when they're listing off authors' names as their inspiration for writing the fantasy rules, you have these big cosmic forces. These conflict between good and evil, chaos and law, allows you to have epic, heroic stories, which is the whole point of Dungeons and Dragons. Believe it or not, it's to go out there and do heroic things. If you go look at what TSR published over the years, it wasn't gray area, oh, whoa, what do I do? When they published a module, they sent you on a mission. You're going to go rescue the princess. You're going to go save the village. You're going to investigate what's killing all the cattle, and in the process discover a great evil. You're going to find out that people are being enslaved and living in slave pits. Are you going to leave them down there, or are you going to try to get them out? You're looking for the threat, the thing that has. It's not just a treasure hunt. It could be, but it's not just. There are these cosmic forces. What makes a good movie isn't that you can't like any of the characters because they all suck and there's no redeeming qualities. What makes a good movie is somebody has something that you can relate to, and there is something to fight for. And that's what D&D is supposed to be. So that's why it has this cosmic force thing going on it. TSR made a lot of games that had no alignment with similar rule sets. So think about that. Everybody have a great day. I think maybe they're trying to get rid of alignment. I don't know. I don't think it's probably the best idea for the future of D&D, despite what everybody says, because it takes away a tool. You can let it lurk in the background, or you can bring it forward where its major forces are fighting for your planet. Have a great day. Bye.